waterfall is that? Jesus, I can't go anywhere.
Well, I hope you all had a great Christmas and a start to the new year. We've had a few weeks off and 2 of them were spent in France and Spain. And that's what today's vlog is all about.
So I'm on the ferry. I am so tired, but I found these seats here. And yeah, I think I'm going to try and get a bit of a nap. We're on here for 4 hours and we get into Dieppe. I think 5 in the morning their time. So Hans did not look happy. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit.
And as we're going along, I'll leave a few clickable map location links just so if you see anything that you like, you know you can try and stop there. And we got to Dieppe about 4 in the morning and managed to get about 2 hours sleep. So we found this cheeky, discreet place slightly north of Dieppe and slept there till about 10. So now we're driving on the wrong side of the road. And no, it's not me driving, it's my fiance all the way. And we're now just stopping at a rest stop to get a bite to eat. And there's usually toilets here as well. So the weather is still feeling a bit too British for my liking. It's cold and we are near Rouen, a little bit past it. And we've pulled up in an Aire to make some bacon sarnies because I'm hungry. And see what else I've got. Oh, and I need a coffee. That is the tiniest toilet ever. That must be about 1 foot high. Oh, and there's going to be a lot of walking during this video because me and my fiance got a Fitbit Versa for Christmas. So I've actually been competing with each other. So it's day 2 of the holiday. We've slept in another Aire near a service station. And then we're on the road again, heading straight towards Spain and another pit stop, a massive croc, which is a cheesy sandwich, and that looks a mess. Oh, and just before the holiday, Hans damaged one of his claws.
Fido!
And he had a bad limp for a while.
Oh my god! Oh, poor thing!
We didn't know whether to laugh or feel sorry for him. And now we're driving, I believe, through Perpignan and making our way into Spain.
Spain!
Now let's fast forward to where we slept that night. We headed as close as we could to get to Barcelona because we wanted to be there for Christmas Day. And we found this really peaceful and quiet car park with about 3 spaces. We found it on an app and it was next to a hotel. And this was the start of lovely weather. But apparently in the summer, it's really hard to get parked here. So now for some windy roads and taking it safe. Then a quick pit stop at Malgrat de Mar. We just wanted Hans to stretch his legs a little bit. Come on.
Oh.
So now we're officially in Barcelona. So I was very curious what it was like. Absolutely tons of history. I will show you the apartment we booked into shortly. But right now, let's share some of the scenery. So yes, I'm a sucker for McDonald's. This is our Christmas Day dinner. It's so much cheaper here than it is in England.
Dog's coming. They're running.
And then after a huge day of walking with Hans's poorly poor, we found this really quaint wine bar and had a nice glass of vin. Everything looks so much different at night time and we had fun just having another little walk around. So this is finally the apartment I get to show you. We spent 2 nights here. We didn't really capture much on the first night because we were settling in. And it was from booking.com and it had a sunbathing area on the roof, a fully equipped kitchen with a coffee maker, an oven, a fridge, 2 toilets, a washing machine, It had loads. The only thing that we didn't like, and we find most booking.com say this, is when they say there's parking, and there isn't. It's street parking. And this was about half an hour walk to Barcelona. So now we've done that, we thought, let's try Valencia. That looks lovely. But the issue is, when you go on these Aire apps, a lot of them say vehicles get broken into, and we rely on people's honest reviews, and it even happens during the day. So we found another spot further away. We didn't actually go into Valencia, regrettably, but this one suited us better. It was peaceful, there was a beach, and we could leave our van and just do a massive walk and come back. And there were a few restaurants around as well. In fact, this car park is massive, so definitely check this one out. Now to be nosy, another place that I've been to before, Benidorm. I came here in the 90s and spent a lot of time swimming in the sea, which I'd never do now. I trod on many sea urchins, which is really painful, but we thought, let's explore it, and we drove towards the top. It does generally look nice, apart from it felt packed and it was only Christmas time, and a lot of it on the front is pedestrianised, so you can't even drive down there. So we found another place and we just went for a massive walk and camped here. Really nice views. So where are we off to next? We are off to meet up with the in-laws in La Manga, and it became pretty evident that along the south this was where the best weather was. So we're now getting a tour of the place, because this is one of their favourite places, and it's really peaceful in December as well, and the weather was averaging about 16 degrees until we got there and brought rain with us. But they were on a campsite and we found another car park that was being used for motorhomes. So look away, people, it's another McDonald's. But what is with the very small coffees in Spain and France? I like a massive mug of coffee, and I don't think we've ever successfully ordered one. So we're on our way again, and now we're at some sandstone monument. I sort of regret getting out of the van because I traipsed in a lot of muddy sand that I couldn't shift for days. And now we're just looking for a suitable place to camp for another night. We were heading to Gibraltar. But we're now looking for a space to camp on this Aire we found just outside of Gibraltar. So we're in Spain, and I think this was about €12 a night. I couldn't see any toilets, but it felt a very safe place. But right now I'm putting my boots on and we're getting ready to go on a mammoth walk.
So we're just about to cross the border to go to Gibraltar. It's really windy. I don't know if I'm going to need subtitles for this, but I've got British hiking gear on, head to toe.
So we've got to go through border control to get in. That's using our passports, but parking at that place and walking in was so much easier. So this is the runway that you've got to walk over. And now we're in a sort of food square, and you can see they're getting ready for a New Year's Day party. We definitely didn't want to risk being there in case there were fireworks, because Hans goes berserk. And it's quite cool seeing lots of British shops. I know it's part of Great Britain, but it just feels so surreal. And now it's time to have a little bit of paella. This is probably the only time I got to have some Spanish food while I was out here, because I'm the only person that doesn't mind fish. And I'm looking forward to recreating some of the recipes to stick on my blog as well, because you know I love cooking. So now we thought, let's go to the top. Let's go and see the apes. Is it a good idea with a dog? You'll find out.
Come on, up!
But even if you want to go and see the apes, or monkeys if you like, you have to pay a walker's permit for £5, but immediately we were advised not to go with our dog. So we just took that as, let's just go back. So here is one from afar while we're walking to the lighthouse.
Can you see him? What's those?
Oh, and here's a job suggestion for you.
A business idea for anyone? Maybe like a lady and van.
So we got to the lighthouse and the weather was pretty bad. So we didn't stay here too long. And now we're starting to see some Christmas lights, and I couldn't wait to go to Morrison's, and because we needed some food for that night, I brought tons back. And now we're heading back to the van to have a feast. Now there's always a bit of a worry when you're hopping from place to place, whether you're going to find somewhere suitable to sleep, whether it's going to be safe, and we found this near a place called Cadiz. So this is El Puerto de Santa Maria, and we found this tucked away spot. It was really quiet and we did a lot of walking, found an old boat with barnacles everywhere. So that was the last day of Spain, and it was time to head back, but I woke up with a tiny sore feeling on my eyebrow, and as the day went on, just below my eyebrow, it was gradually starting to droop. I think I've got bitten here. So we made our way into France and found another place to sleep, and this is how bad it got. I'm not making this up, this is not CGI, but it's given us a holiday memory.
What fall is that? Jesus, I can't go anywhere. This better clear up by my birthday, because we were going to go for a meal out. I don't think I can go out looking like this. Oh, gross. So I've had Guinness and sausage sandwiches, and we are on the beach, which is very nice, but it's very cold. And I have a swollen eye, so I'm wearing sunglasses.
Believe it or not, it's almost 2 weeks has passed, so we found this dog-friendly spa and apartment. I love this place. There were no extra fees for dogs. It was fully equipped and a really cute village.
Day 3 of the bitten eye. Wouldn't be so bad if it was symmetrical. You're a cutie. You a cutie.
And we were worried we'd be bored by looking at where it was on the map. But actually, it was a really quaint village, loads of places to walk, go to a local bakery. And I'm really impressed by the effort that goes into the shop window displays. There seem to be a lot of mechanical moving parts. We went to the spa bit and had massages, and we spent time in the hot tub as well. Now I just need to pause for a minute to say that we actually had problems trying to get Hans back into the UK, and you're allowed about 5 days of the last part of your holiday to get tapeworm treatment and get his passport stamped. What we didn't realise is when Hans's passport was issued, they'd put the wrong expiry date on, and I'd already checked with my vets twice to see if it was okay to leave the country, and they said yes, it was fine. So it was really stressful. We had to ring our vets in the UK, who wouldn't send a correction email over straight away. They wanted us to wait. We weren't happy about that. They could have just taken 5 minutes of the time to correct what they'd done wrong. So after me losing my temper a bit, and then my fiance hanging up straight away because I'd lost my cool, they rang back a few minutes later, sounding like they had the tail between the legs, and luckily they sorted it out. But we were told, cross your fingers, you may still have problems getting Hans back. So we were just on edge for the rest of the holiday. So now it's time to drive back to Dieppe, and one of my birthday treats I requested was to go to Buffalo Grill. Now there's loads of these. They always start off with a little Caesar salad. The burgers are juicy, couldn't eat all the fries, but totally worth it. So now it's officially the last day. We're walking around Dieppe, and we're just taking Hans for a walk, and I think that's what we enjoy the most.
It's smelly, but the birds love it.
And I tell you what, vin chaud, or hot wine, mulled wine if you like, this, I loved this drink. And we found another quiet space to camp for the night as well.
So it's officially about almost 5 in the morning, and I believe everything is sorted with Hans. He's had his passport checked. We had to add the extra note that I'd got signed off, and I think everything's all right, so I'm crossing my fingers. It's very cold, but I've got chamomile. Oh. Oh, don't feel bad. I don't. You can be here on your own for a few hours while we know you're going home. Home? Home?
And now I'm watching some French craft show on the ferry. I don't normally watch these kind of things, but I thought it's the new year. Let's get back into it. So I hope you liked that holiday video. We definitely did. And because we loved it so much and didn't want to come back, it's really made me think about working smarter, not harder this year. And hopefully I can't wait to get back into things. So I'll see you in my next one.
What do you do when all your enemies are friends?